Today, we're jumping into a book that many people call the absolute Bible of financial independence, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. We're going to break down how its surprisingly straightforward advice has helped thousands, and I mean thousands, of people finally get a handle on their financial future. So let me ask you this. Does building wealth feel just crazy complicated? If you've ever felt that way, you are definitely not alone. The world of investing can seriously feel like this maze of jargon and confusing charts. But what if there was a simpler way? What if the path to wealth was, well, actually simple? You know that feeling of complexity? According to J.L. Collins, that is not an accident. He makes the case that we're all kind of lost in this money maze, a system that's intentionally designed to be confusing. Okay, let's really unpack this, because it is the absolute core idea of the whole book. Collins's argument is that all these complex investment products are designed for one reason: to make money for the people selling them. The more confusing it all sounds, the more you're convinced you need some expert to manage your money for you. And that's exactly where they get you with all those fees. But here's the good news. There is a way out of this maze. And our guide isn't some slick Wall Street guru. Nope. It's a father who is simply trying to give his daughter some honest, practical advice for her future. So who is this J.L. Collins guy? Well, he's a longtime investor, often called the godfather of financial independence. But honestly, the most important thing you need to know is that this entire book started as a series of letters to his daughter. He wasn't trying to write some bestseller. He was just creating a simple, easy-to-follow plan for people who want to be financially free but don't want to make investing their full-time hobby. And this quote, this one just gets right to the heart of it all. This book isn't for the Wall Street experts. It's for the rest of us, the people who just want our money to work for us so we can get on with, actually living our lives. Okay, so with that as our foundation, let's actually look at the path Collins lays out. And it's not about getting rich just for the sake of being rich. It's all about building a life of real, true freedom. At the core of his philosophy is this concept he calls FU money. Now, yeah, it's a blunt term, but the idea behind it is incredibly powerful. It's not about buying fancy cars. It's about having the financial runway to walk away from a job you hate, or a bad boss, or any bad situation really, without being afraid. It's about owning your own life. So how do you build this kind of freedom? Well, according to Collins, it all comes down to three simple, non-negotiable pillars. Number 1, spend less than you earn. 2, invest the surplus. And 3, avoid debt like the plague. He calls debt a wealth destroyer, and that's the key. These 3 simple rules are pretty much the entire foundation of his whole strategy. Okay, so we've got the philosophy down, but what about the how? How do you actually do it? This is where Collins' advice gets so simple, it's almost radical. He calls it the one fund solution. This slide right here really shows the 2 different worlds of investing. On one side, you've got active stock picking. That's trying to find the next apple, right? It's complicated, it's expensive, and even the pros almost never beat the market over the long run. Then on the other side, you have Collins' approach, total market indexing. This just means buying a super low-cost index fund that holds a tiny piece of pretty much every public company out there. So instead of trying to beat the market, you just become the market. So why is this hands-off approach so powerful? Collins has this brilliant way of explaining it. He says index funds are self-cleaning. Think about it like this. When a company starts failing, it automatically gets dropped from the fund. When a new, successful company pops up, it automatically gets added. The fund takes care of itself, and all you have to do is nothing. Just own it. The mechanics of this plan are, as you can see, incredibly simple. But, and Collins warns us about this, the most difficult part of this whole journey has nothing to do with math. It is all about winning the mental game. I want you to just imagine this for a second. You wake up one morning, you check your portfolio, and you see this. Your life savings cut in half. The news is screaming about a market crash. Your heart drops, and every single instinct in your body is yelling at you to sell before you lose everything. But right there, in that moment of absolute panic, this is what Collins gives us. It's maybe the single most important piece of advice in the whole book. Historically speaking, the stock market has a 100% recovery rate. The only people who consistently lose money in the long run are the ones who panic and sell when things are at their worst. Your job when it feels like the world is ending is to do nothing. Or, even better, keep on buying while everything is on sale. So you see, this isn't just about getting through a big market crash. It's about the small, everyday choices we're all making with our money. It really comes down to our mindset. This slide lays out the 2 different mindsets perfectly. If you're on the simple path, you see money as a tool for freedom. You see debt as a house fire that needs to be put out immediately. Saving is a top priority, and investing is automated and, kind of boring. The much more common path, though, sees money as a way to buy status, accepts debt as totally normal, and treats investing like a trip to the casino. The question is, which path are you on? In the end, the simple path to wealth isn't really about money at all. It's about freedom. It's about making a series of simple, intentional choices that, over time, lead to a life that you get to design. So the final question the book really leaves us with is for you. What is your freedom worth?